let's be honest about this.
Yeah, let's.
Your honeys?
What? These are my babies.
Okay.
You see.
You're a pig.
I cried because I couldn't believe it. You know, I was totally in love. We were totally in love. And it was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. It was a beautiful day, you know, for my part.
I remember being on the set and being in my dressing room and not feeling like I could get up in the morning, and there's just no pain like that. There's no pain or failure like going through a divorce.
Despite what seemed like Jennifer Lopez had a fairy tale reunion with Ben Affleck, rumors are now swirling that this iconic Hollywood duo might be on the verge of splitting sooner than anyone anticipated. These whispers come just after the release of J.Lo's documentary, The Greatest Love Story Never Told, where she couldn't stop gushing about Ben being her true love. Talk about awkward timing. If you follow J.Lo's love life over the years, this might feel like deja vu. It seems that with every new relationship, she's convinced she's found the one. Enter the drama with her first ex-husband Ojan Noah. Never one to hold back, Ojan is back with some juicy revelations. He claims that the only person J.Lo truly loves is herself, and even predicted that her rekindled romance with Ben Affleck wouldn't last long. It looks like he might be onto something. An old video of Jennifer Lopez and her first ex-husband Ojan Noah has resurfaced, and it's stirring up quite the storm. This footage is anything but flattering for J.Lo, casting her in a seriously negative light. In the video, Ojan appears visibly uneasy, hinting at a side of J.Lo that the public rarely, if ever, gets to see. He even confessed that he was genuinely afraid of her, suggesting that there's more to the story than meets the eye. If Owen was scared, it's not hard to imagine why Ben might be looking for the exit.
I was never used to being alone. I had a big family. I had cousins and my aunts and my grandma, and they'd all always be around. And so when I went off on my own, I realized how uncomfortable I was being alone. I had to learn how to do that, you know?
The speculations of a potential divorce between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck have always kept the tabloids buzzing. Now is the ideal moment to explore her former relationships and learn what her ex-partners have disclosed. Jennifer Lopez is the queen of dramatic romances and whirlwind weddings. Get ready for an exciting voyage through J.Lo's romantic past, which is full with drama, jealousy, and some very shocking revelations. Let's go back to 1997, when Jennifer was still beaming from her breakthrough performance in Selena. That year, she married Ojan Noah, a Cuban actor and producer. Their union, however, did not last more than 11 months. It was an odd turn of events that seemed almost too good for a romantic comedy. The story of Ojan, a Cuban immigrant who traveled to the U.S. at the age of 15 on a 6-foot inflatable dinghy and eventually married a well-known celebrity, is similar to Rich's tale in that it is rags to riches. After their 1998 divorce, the fairy tale that had been Hollywood loves fell apart, leaving Ojan to deal with a very different reality. However, Ojan was not going to fade into the background. Far from it, he had plans to release a tell-all book about his time with J.Lo. With J.Lo, he saw firsthand how Hollywood changed J.Lo, from Jen to this big business bringing in millions, and how everyone around her wanted to take advantage of her. When I would call, an assistant would apologize that she was unavailable. The story thickens here, but naturally Jennifer wasn't having any of it. She swiftly filed a lawsuit against Ojan to prevent him from disclosing her personal information, so ending his hopes of becoming a published author. According to Ojan, the reason their marriage failed was because of Jennifer's growing intimacy with Sean P. When Diddy confronted Jen about her relationship with Diddy, she dismissed it as just business and something she was told to do. But let's be honest, who would buy that excuse? His jealousy was evident. Diddy Combs made this revelation while she was still married to the Daily Mail, justified because Diddy and J.Lo quickly made their romance public, leaving Owen in the dust.
I was very family oriented, and that's how I was raised. Once I got to know him, and we became friends first, and then we developed this bond. We both understood where we were at that time in our lives, and we both knew nobody else understood exactly how we felt. So in that way, we kind of
Diddy never want to shy away from talking about his high-profile romances, later reflected in a 2006 interview with People calling Jennifer one of the great ones. But coming from Diddy, does that really mean anything given his notorious antics? Being labeled great by him might be more of a red flag than a compliment. Once the Diddy drama settled, Jennifer didn't waste any time moving on. In 2001, she found herself smitten with Chris Jude, a backup dancer she met on the set of her Love Don't Cost a Thing music video. Their chemistry was undeniable, and before the year ended, they were married. However, the relationship fizzled just as quickly as it ignited, with J.Lo filing for divorce. Less than a year later, Chris later hinted that Jennifer wasn't exactly committed to making their marriage work, telling US Weekly that marriage requires effort and dedication, something J.Lo seemed to lack. The pressures of fame didn't help either. Chris shared how their relationship was far from private, recalling their wedding as a circus, so much so that they had to rent the airspace above their venue to keep it secure. Despite his efforts, Jennifer seemed more focused on her next chapter, and onto the next chapter she went right into the arms of Marc Anthony. Although they had a brief fling in the late 90s, things got serious after her split from Chris. Marc soon became husband number 3, and together they welcomed twins Max and Emmy. But even the joy of parenthood couldn't keep their marriage from unraveling. From her brief marriage to Ojan, her highly publicized relationship with Diddy, to her tumultuous marriage with Marc, J.Lo's love life has been anything but smooth. And if the rumors about her and Ben Affleck are true, it looks like history might just be repeating itself. When J.Lo and Marc Anthony tied the knot in June 2004, the timing couldn't have been more eyebrow-raising. Marc had recently finalized his divorce from his first wife, Diana Torres, with whom he shares 2 sons. Naturally, the gossip mill began spreading rumors that J.Lo might have played the homemaker in this scenario. But let's face it, Marc has a history of complicated love lives. He's had 7 children with 3 different women, so let's just say that he has a full house. Fast forward to July 2011, when J.Lo and Marc announced their separation in a statement to E! News. You might think that with 3 divorces and 2 small children to care for, J.Lo might take a break from dating, but think again. Our girl isn't able to stay single for long. Less than 3 months after her split with Marc became public, she was already back in the news in November 2011, flaunting her new romance with backup dancer Casper Smart, who is a full 18 years younger than her. The two met while working on the dance music video again, and their whirlwind romance played out very publicly for about 2.5 years. However, the plot thickens when J.Lo's path crosses with former New York Yankees star Alex Rodriguez. Casper later opened up about their relationship to Hola magazine, saying, "I was 23 or 24, she was 18 years older, so she was about 42 years old with 2 kids, but in the moment everything just clicked. We spent every day together for a year." A-Rod later gushed that meeting Jennifer was the best day of his life, and it didn't take long for J.Lo to break up with Casper and go public with her new beau Alex in 2017. Their romance seemed like something out of a fairy tale, complete with a $1 million diamond ring when A-Rod proposed during a lavish vacation in the Bahamas approximately 2 years later. However, the couple blamed the delays on the COVID-19 pandemic, but that wasn't the only thing threatening their happily ever after. By April 2021, it was game over for A-Rod, and guess who J.Lo was spotted with that very same month? Yes, her old flame Ben Affleck. J.Lo quickly deleted A-Rod from her Instagram account, treating him as though he had a terrible memory. At this point, J.Lo's PR machine went into overdrive, obliquely implying that A-Rod had cheated on her and was still stuck on her, unwilling to let go. J.Lo told Alex that Ben was her everything now, but A-Rod just wasn't able to understand, an insider revealed to the media. The irony is that, upon A-Rod and J.Lo's engagement in 2019, she publicly proclaimed him to be her forever. Partner and soulmate seem like common terms. It appears that J.Lo has a knack for recycling those lofty claims. A close friend of J.Lo even told People back then that they are amazing together, soulmates who bring out the best in each other and are incredibly supportive of one another from the beginning. Their relationship moved very quickly and was always intense. Jennifer fell deeply in love with Alex right away, and she began making plans for the future. However, as we've seen, J.Lo's definition of forever is pretty flexible, and the most recent evidence of this was when she replaced her soulmate, Alex Rodriguez, with her ex-boyfriend Ben Affleck, seemingly on the verge of breaking news. A-Rod was reportedly taken aback by J.Lo's swift comeback. Imagine going from planning a future with someone to seeing them again with an old flame. Sources close to him revealed that Alex was not only surprised but genuinely shocked. He had this whole notion that they would eventually find their way back to each other. However, when J.Lo and Ben reignited their romance, A-Rod was left reeling. Insiders revealed that Alex tried reaching out to J.Lo to talk things over, but she was having none of it. She was done, and it was crystal clear. He was not only shocked, but also saddened by J.Lo's quick move. However, A-Rod didn't just sit around and mope. Instead, he took to social media to subtly throw some shade. He posted a picture next to a red Porsche, the exact same vehicle he gifted J.Lo for her 50th birthday. According to reports, Alex was irritated not just by J.Lo's rapid move on, but also by the way she appeared to handle the media like a pro. Recall that in 2004, J.Lo blamed the media frenzy for upsetting her plans to marry Ben. Fast forward to 2021, and it appeared as though she was soaking in the attention of the public. The drama doesn't stop there, though. According to rumors, Alex has been whispering to his closest friends that he believes J.Lo cheated on him with Ben while they were still together. He's convinced that the chaos J.Lo is currently dealing with is nothing more than karma for how things went down between them. Spotlight with Ben made Alex see the irony of this as a big old double standard. The whole situation was described as the worst year of his life, with J.Lo flaunting her new relationship in front of him, which only made things worse now that rumors were circulating about J.Lo and Ben's marriage possibly hitting the rocks. Sources revealed that Alex was devastated when J.Lo left him for Ben. He felt like he was tossed aside as soon as a better offer came along. It was like his entire world crumbled overnight watching J.Lo marry someone else while he was left in the dust. Even though he won't acknowledge it in public, A-Rod is reportedly living for the drama. It seems as though he's relishing the poetic justice of J.Lo's relationship problems. According to one source, Alex feels that he avoided a significant setback by choosing not to marry J.Lo. He is watching the drama play out with a sense of vindication, but underneath his apparent composure, there is a lot of bitterness. I don't think the drama is over yet. The first husband of Jennifer Lopez, Noah, is having his own "I told you so" moment. He was the first to predict that Jennifer Lopez and Ben wouldn't last, and now he's enjoying the show and feeling pretty smug about his spot-on prediction. When Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck exchanged vows in that Las Vegas whirlwind ceremony in July 2022, it felt like a page ripped straight from a fairy tale after 2 decades of drama. This moment was hyped as the ultimate proof that true love conquers all. The media couldn't get enough of the Jennifer Lopez reunion, hailing it as a triumph of fate over the fickleness of romance for J.Lo, who had weathered 3 previous marriages. This was supposed to be her happily ever after with the man she always insisted was her soulmate. But while everyone else was busy, Johanna Noah, Jennifer Lopez's first husband, had some choice words to say about the entire affair. He didn't hold back when he spoke to the Daily Mail, pointing out that J.Lo had once referred to him as her forever guy, a claim he couldn't help but find ironic given her history. 3 husbands and 5 engagements prior, he said. Somewhat pessimistic about J.Lo's 4th marriage's duration, pointing out her propensity for short-lived engagements and marriages. "I hope she and Ben have the best possible life, but I'm not sure it will." Johnny's dissatisfaction went beyond just wedding cynicism. He painted a rather grim picture of their past life together. According to him, the bliss J.Lo professed was a far cry from reality during their marriage. Johnny claimed J.Lo's team encouraged him to fake it for the cameras. This facade was part of a broader strategy to project an idealized version of their relationship. Even as things were falling apart behind the scenes, he recounted how they traveled to Chicago to film an Oprah Winfrey interview where J.Lo put on a show of marital bliss despite their mounting issues. Own was left feeling like a pawn in a public relations game, while Oprah's probing questions about their troubles were met with J.Lo's rehearsed assurances of everything being amazing. But Johnny's grievances didn't stop there. He revealed that that he shed 40 lives due to the stress of trying to salvage their marriage, all while their public life became a charade. He described this period as one where their entire existence seemed to be a lie, showcasing the chasm between their public image and private struggles. But wait, there's more. The drama surrounding Ojani and J-Lo doesn't end with just broken promises and marital disillusionment. In this retro article, an old interview with Ojani that surfaced lately revealed even wilder accusations. Remember when J-Lo landed the role of the late Mexican-American singer Selena in the 1997 biopic? That's right, before she had even the slightest acting credential and wasn't even Mexican. Whether these accusations were made in good faith or out of genuine belief, they undoubtedly added another layer to the already complex story of J-Lo's love life. This juicy tidbit comes courtesy of Claudia Vasquez, who is not only dating J-Lo's ex-husband Ojani Noah, but is also stirring up controversy by threatening to release a potentially scandalous tape of Lopez. Guab caught a snippet from a Spanish gossip show where Vasquez spills the beans about J-Lo's alleged Santeria. Well, brace yourself, because back then the buzz was wild. Some people whispered that J-Lo might have used actual witchcraft to land that iconic part. These aren't just random rumors either, since the nines chatter about J-Lo's supposed magical maneuvers. Jokes, I've been informed that she does the most horrifying things. Though I've never met her, Ojani knows Jennifer's godmother in Miami, and she calls her to tell her to do this to this person, put up a black candle, etc. She's cast amorous spells on all of her boyfriends, a common practice for anyone involved in Santeria. But despite all of that, she always ends up breaking up with them. Talk about taking competition to the next level. On top of this, Vasquez and J-Lo are mired in a legal dispute over a tape that purports to show Lopez in a nude photo taken during their relationship. J-Lo has already won legal battles to prevent Noah from releasing the footage, and now her lawyers suspect that Vasquez may be attempting to leak it through Noah. Hold on, it gets even worse. According to wilder rumors, J-Lo may have used her connections to powerful people in the industry to secure the Tommy Motta job. Mariah Carey's former CEO of Sony Music was rumored to be involved. There were rumors that J-Lo and Tommy had an affair around the time she was filming Selena in 1998. It was then that she signed a record deal with Sony, coincidentally, and fans weren't surprised by the accusations of witchcraft, which they said explained why she couldn't stay with any of her lovers. Witchcraft also kind of fits with Ben's description of a fever dream, to which some dancers even claimed she performed this witchcraft during rehearsal. What are your thoughts on this messy J-Lo drama? Do Johnny No's claims give you pause? Could there be some truth to those witchcraft rumors? Please share your opinions below, and be sure to see the following video. Music.